So without further ado, well-rounded actor, good friend of ours, Michael Jeremiah. What's up, Michael?
Hello, Johnny.
How are you, buddy?
Hi, Michael. How are you? All right.
Good to see you again.
Same here.
Now listen, in this point of your career, what got you into acting?
Well, actually, I was out of the music business for a little bit.
Okay.
And I was looking for something, and I did a little cemetery tour out here, believe it or not. So let me try that out. And next thing I know, I'm online, and the next thing I know, I'm doing a film, a little background thing. And then I hooked up with my friend, Jose Hernandez, Jr.
Well-known Jose Hernandez.
Right,
He's in the audience tonight. Let's get
We actually met in jail.
What, in Oz?
No, we were doing something at Canterbury's Law, some kind of pilot that just came and went quick.
All right.
But I saw him, and he's, I knew who he was. I left him alone, but the second day I was on the set, I approached him, and thanks to him, within a month I was in the Screen Actors Guild. It was incredible. Called me up, he said, "Lie your ass off. I got a part for you in fighting."
In fighting?
Oh yeah,
you in it?
Yeah,
I was in that.
Oh yeah,
background.
In the Bronx or in Manhattan?
In Manhattan when they did the underground
Right,
fight.
okay. We were up in Jerome Avenue in the Bronx, the Latino bikers,
Oh,
oh, wow.
But it was worth it because, I got my waivers real quick.
It was a good movie.
It was a good movie, yeah.
Terrence Howard, a good actor.
Oh, he's great stories with him,
yeah.
Nice guy. And then, the phone started ringing, and things that I used to think about, working with, I was watching Training Days. I remember, watching Training Days and saying, "Oh, I love that film, Anton Fuqua, look at that direction." And 2 years later, I'm in Brooklyn's Finest, with Ethan Hawke and his squad.
Yeah, definitely.
As an undercover cop kind of deal. But just the fact that he's standing right there and you're like...
Yeah.
It's surreal.
It's really surreal, And, I know I can do it. It's just being natural.
It's got to be out there.
You grow up in the streets of Brooklyn and Staten Island.
If I was from Brooklyn.
It comes natural.
You see a lot, My favorite little story is Wanted, one of my first films. I got an insert part where I'm one of the Weavers, the assassins, small part. And the director says to me, "You know how to take a body out of the trunk of a car?" And I said, "Hey, I'm from Staten Island. Everybody knows how to take a body out of the trunk of a car." He loved it, and it's... I'm not trying to say anything bad about Staten Island, but,
Yeah.
It got me a nice
spot.
There's
a lot of dumps out here. You get rid of a lot of bodies out here.
Oh, yeah, the weeds. It's great.
Now, listen, fast. Let me interrupt you. The music business, what did you do as a musician?
Okay. I was in a band called X Davis from, the early 80s through the early 90s. About 10 years solid. And we started out a heavy metal band or a hard rock band, so to say, but we changed when the music went to that new wave.
Yeah, with Turn of Cell.
Yeah, right. And all those English groups were coming in, and we just started I'm a real song-oriented guy like you guys were just doing. That song-oriented music. And it was a good move on, as far as I was a songwriter. And we wound up, just again, luck and hard work, a lot of hard work. We started we were the opening act for a lot of the premier groups that were coming through, like Boy George. We did some arenas with him. Tears for Fears, when they had the #1, everyone, I knew about them from England because we were out there a couple years previous. But whenever these bands were coming through, they would call us up because we were compatible, and we knew how to handle the situation. We weren't asking for a trailer or anything like that. We just knew our place, and with that, we started working regularly. Bands like Big Country, and the Stray Cats and the Fabulous T-Birds. Everything's good.
How does that differ, the music business, to the entertainment business for you?
How's it go? One's filled with a lot of backstabbing and weasels.
You think so?
And the other one's worse. No,
I know.
Seriously, I was like, which one are you talking about?
That's true.
It's for me. It's the same thing. It's almost the 20 years I put in the music business was the training ground for film.
Yeah, I know.
Because I learned to hurry up and wait, and be patient, and just watch and learn and do what you have to do. And it's transparent. If you got a look they need, you could be training for years, and they don't need that.
Yep.
They want that look. They want a real person, that real feel. So I guess you knock around long enough and you find your spot.
I think it's a little more fun in the music business because at least you get to play and have the fun that way. You know, when you're trying to be it's hard being a real actor or to get a real part because it's very discouraging. At least you can get up on stage and get your shit out there, right?
I tell you, I've been lucky. I did about 40, 50 films in the last 2 years, and I got a lot of good stuff on the horizon. Music business was great. There's nothing like having that team. But let me tell you, like when the night's over and you're going home with $6 in your pocket, and you're hearing like, no offense, the drummer's girlfriend bitching and stuff, and you don't want to hear that. You don't want to move amps. Now I drive home by myself.
You're right, I know.
I got some change in my pocket. No more picking up amps.
I don't like
babysitting
cool musicians.
But it's part of the deal.
It's the worst.
You got to be, if you're like a leader like you are, you got to be the leader, the cheerleader,
you get burnt out after so many years of doing it.
Right.
And I stayed away from the music business a couple of years. Now I'm just doing it for fun. These guys are a bunch of fun guys.
It's so much better, right?
It's no stress.
You're more coherent.
You know?
When you try.
Well, it's like you luck out with the band members you get. So you're either good or you're not together, you know?
Now listen, you brought a Roland with you, right?
Right.
Now what's the film that you're going to be showing us?
All right, this is like a classic music scene. What happens behind the scenes and like, you know, that tension that goes on, and then you hit the stage and everything's like forgotten for show business sake. But it was weird, you know, because I spent a lot of years in this business, and when I got this role, he was like, this ain't acting, this is like what I do. Okay. So it's filmed at the Starland, and if you look closer, you'll see Guns N' Roses guitar player Bumblefoot right behind me.
Nice. So, Pat, let's roll that Roland.
Tastes so sweet and you make my mouth water. Oh, kid.
God damn it, Chip.
Hey, Augie, man.
Come on, come on.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Eric, what's up?
Eric?
Can you help me out, please? Come on, man, please.
Everybody out.
Every fucking time.
Clear out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Hawks!
Very cool. I got to know, how was it to work with Peter Fonda on that film?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was just...
He's a legend.
Yeah, you know, when you see these guys and you hang out and you're like, you know, and they're approachable.
Right.
It was a wonderful thing. With that, a funny story was I was having a lunch break and I went out to, you know, to the craft tables and stuff. And he comes up to me and goes, oh, Michael, that was wonderful. And I was saying, like, Peter Fonda, he knew my name. Like, how cool is that?
Wow.
Because I was just starting in the business when I did this
sick.
thing. And like, I called my mom up, Ma, Peter Fonda, you know, the whole deal.
How old is he now around? What's his age?
I don't know, and I don't want to say, but, you know.
60, 70?
Yeah, he's got like
around
125 films, you know, Academy Award. He's just great, and he's real easy to work with, I mean, you know.
Good
So
for
when's
you.
the release of the movie? Coming soon?
They just finished the festival circuit. They secured national distribution for the theater, so it should be coming out.
All right, well, listen, is there a website where all our viewers could check you out?
You can get me on Facebook, Michael Jeremiah, or Jeremiah Dog Days at AOL.com. See, this is a CD I have.
Cool.
Jeremiah Dog Days.
Right.
And that's it. Also, plug a quick thing. I'm doing, believe it or not, a biker vegetarian cooking show, a pilot I did about 6 months ago that actually got picked up.
Nice.
Very cool.
Food Network, maybe. There you go.
Well, Michael, listen, come back anytime. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
I hope you feel
Thanks,
better.
Michael.
Thank you. Everybody, Michael Jeremiah.